Hello everyone, this is the last video that you'll be seeing from me today, actually for this semester, this summer. And as you can see, this is actually what I look like now. All the videos that you've been watching have me with different colored hair and different sort of weight and certain looks that maybe at times have been bizarre, but this is what I look like now. Hi, and I just wanted to wrap up this semester. Today is Wednesday, and the class supposedly ends on Friday. As most of you know, I have told you that my grades are not due until Monday. So if you want to turn it in anything by Sunday, that's okay. Just keep in mind that if everything comes in on Sunday, I may not get it graded in time. There are ways around that. I can give incompletes and then go back and give real grades, but I don't think any of us want to do that. But the point is that I need everything absolutely by Sunday if possible. Prefer it earlier. And you've noticed that a couple of things have appeared. First, your final or your first test grades have finally appeared. Now, of course, you knew most of what your grade was because there were only 2 or 3 questions that were set up so that I had to go in and grade them. But with your final exam, there's a lot more that I have to grade individually. So if you've taken your final, you might have noticed that I've already gone in and graded it. There was a button I had pushed at some point that said that grades could not be turned in or let loose to students until everybody had finished. And this was a stupid thing on my part because there were a few of you in the first exam who just didn't finish, and so they're just sitting there, and there was nothing I could do, and apparently there was a force complete I could have used, and so I went in and did that yesterday and got those all out to you. So your first test grade is available to you, and the final grade may or may not be available to you depending on whether you took it or not. And if you took it and I haven't graded it yet, just give me a day or so, it'll be done. I'm probably going to finish those today. First papers, going to be finished today. So if you turn in your first paper already, those will be finished today. And so that's sort of the order that I'm doing things in. And if you're thinking, well, Dr. Dudash, I wrote my second paper and I didn't get the feedback from my first paper yet, that is one of the unfortunate dangers of the summer class. I mean, I hate that about this class, but I understand it. So do not worry. If there's something majorly wrong that is just, it's something I wasn't able to tell you in the first paper, and it was not something that we had talked about, or it wasn't in the rubric, or it wasn't in the assignment, then we will figure that out. Chances are good, most things that are in the rubric and the assignment and everything will get you really good grades on your paper. That's my hope. That's why I put the rubric out, right? So if you followed the rubric, if you had questions and you asked, then you'll be fine, even despite that short time period that we had together for those papers. And again, I hate that about the summer class, but it's just the nature of the beast. And so we work with it as best we can. And last but not least, just in case you're wondering, okay, Dr. Dudash, you had tech problems. I also wanted to let you know why the background is always my wall in my living room and my couch, and I always look so comfy, and I look like I'm wearing a bathrobe, although this is actually a sweater. I keep my house very cold. The reason that it's always like that is because this summer, my office at the school got covered in pigeon poop. And it's because I left the window open, and the school doesn't clean it up. So my husband and my son had to go and clean it up, and they did do that. But we haven't put the office back together yet. It's just a disaster. So I haven't been able to talk to you from my office yet. If you don't believe me, ask Hannah. She can attest to it. The second thing is that some of you know that I carry 4 autoimmune diseases, and autoimmune diseases plus their treatment suppress my immune system a great deal. So I basically catch everything and anything that's out there I catch. And I had what I thought was just the summer cold, which would last like 6 or 8 weeks, which I can live with. I've done that before. But it turns out that I had I have still a fungus, a bacteria, and a fungus, bacteria, and a virus growing in my body. And so I'm doing things like, not to get too personal, but see this bottle right here that's still like most of the way full? I've been drinking this stuff for a week now, and it's disgusting. And I have to keep doing it, right? Because it's one of the antibiotics, and it's not like one you just take. There's you got to like measure it and put it down and swish it around, and I got to do it 4 times a day. So my point is just I'm trying to keep up. It's going to happen, and we will get our grades done as we need to. And so hopefully the leniency that I've given you for when you turn stuff in helps you. Hopefully having my cell phone number helps you. These are the kinds of things that I'm hoping will give you accessibility. Last but not least, I would ask that you do the evaluations for the online courses. Did you get enough information? Even though the videos were older, they are the same. So is that okay with you? I redo some every couple of years, but sometimes I just leave them the way that they are. Things like that. And did you learn anything? It's amazing about the summer class, and this is true every summer class. I'm always worried that you all are going to learn less than everybody else, but you actually read the book, so you learn so much more than everybody else. And so I had some of you asking me questions. I'm like, these are brilliant questions. And of course, the answer is if you read the book, you're going to come up with these brilliant ideas because you learn. So I am very, very proud of all those of you who I have talked to, who I have worked with. I'm not worried about your test scores. I'm worried about your papers and nothing more. And so far, so good. I feel like this went well, but that's me, and the professor very, very rarely knows what's going on over there with you guys. So if you could fill out that evaluation, that'd be fantastic. All right. If there's any more questions, comments, concerns, complaints, or threats, remember it is only July 31st, and I don't have to turn in grades until Monday, which would be like 5 days from now. So I think like the 4th they're due, and they are due. I mean, there's a hard deadline for when they're due, but as far as grading, I'm very quick about it with the rubric. It makes it very easy to grade papers, right? It's very objective. So you could have until Sunday to turn things in. And hopefully that helps us all out. Let me know if you need anything. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure. And hopefully I'll see some of you around the campus. Take care.